Libra, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your May shift reading. So we're looking at the shape you are shifting out of this month, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like for you. So before we get into cards with the Slow Holler Tarot, I was sitting with your energy and closing my eyes and asking for an image or something to offer you that could be useful for you to work with this month. And first of all, I felt my jaw get really, really tight. And I was like, okay, am I biting my tongue? Am I holding back from saying something? Am I trying to cope with the tension? But there was something, sort of held or withheld about it. And then a second thing I saw, which is totally different, I saw, I heard hitting it out of the park, and I saw you up to bat, visualizing, this technique that they tell you in lots of different things, but in sports, to like visualize contact with the ball, like visualize yourself hitting the ball, and your muscles and nervous system will sort of work together and it will just organically, naturally happen. That's what I saw you doing. And it's like, you need to visualize yourself, whatever this is for you, hitting it out of the park in order to hit it out of the park. It's like, you have to see yourself doing it successfully. And then I saw, like, very specifically, it's like it zoomed in on the moment of contact between the ball and the bat. Like the moment of contact was like, poof. Moment of contact. It's like, that's, bam, that's what you were going for. It's like that. Hitting it out of the park. If you believe and see yourself over and over hitting it out of the park, you will hit it out of the park. Whatever that is. I don't know what this is about, Libra, but those are some things. Hopefully they'll resonate with you and work for you. Let's get into some cards and see if we can connect those images in with the message that comes through for you this month. We're going to start by asking, what is the shape you are shifting out of? Libra, what is the shape you are shifting out of in the month of May? Okay. That was fast. I knew this was going to come out. Priestess, Oracle. Okay, I saw the Priestess in your pre-shuffle in one of the clarifying decks that I use in the extended part of this reading. I saw the Priestess and I thought, that's the tight jaw. That's the withholding, because sometimes Priestess energy can be about keeping things inside, or sometimes keeping things a mystery or keeping things a secret. At least traditionally in the tarot, she's often read as the keeper of secrets. And look at this. We've got this deck, the Slow Holler deck's equivalent of the High Priestess through the Oracle. What's really beautiful about this Oracle is how open they are. Look at that. Heart open, throat open, arms open, practically naked in this revelation of themselves, revealing yourself. That's kind of the energy I'm getting, revealing yourself. And it's the message I'm getting with this card combo is no longer withholding, putting an end to holding back your emotions, because the moon is here, right? The moon talks about emotions, intuitions. Holding back your intuition, holding back your emotions, no more. 10 of Swords is putting an end to something. And you know what, Libra, I'm not gonna lie, as you can see from this card, it's not a gentle end. It may be a painful ending, like a painful process of ending this kind of, like a tight jaw is a very obvious symbol of withholding communication or withholding emotions, holding back in some way. And it may be a painful process that you have been in leading up to this month and probably are still in this month, of realizing the ways that you do that and learning how to put an end to it, learning how to put an end to the ways you hold your own self back. And it's like, maybe that connects in with the visualization of hitting it out of the park, because it's like, part of how you can kind of overcome this tendency within yourself could be to visualize yourself communicating openly and effectively, like visualizing. And I say communicating especially because we have the 10 of Swords. Swords talks about communication, okay? And you are an air sign, which is the element of swords, connecting into communication. This is interesting, Libra. No more holding back, pal. No more holding back. And I'm getting the fires, particularly this fire as righteous rage. A sense of righteous rage that you may find yourself feeling. I think there's an invitation for you this month to examine that rage and to examine the ways it can lift you up and out into the open, out into open expression, and the ways that it keeps you stuck. It's like, it's probably both. It's probably a fuel, a fire under your butt. It's like the water boils long enough, it's gonna boil over. Or you could just like simmer and seethe and it'll dry up eventually after like a long painstaking process, and then it'll start smoking. It's like, I'd rather it boil over quickly and then it's like, ooh, turn the burner off. Boop, boop, boop. That's the image I'm getting here, is that like the boiling point actually helps you to lift up and out of confinement, up and out of the pot, and allow yourself to share your emotions, share what's going on inside of you. Even if part of sharing your emotions means sharing your rage, sharing anger, sharing feelings of frustration, anger, whatever. Naked, I'm just getting like allowing yourself to be seen. This nakedness of the priestess, of the oracle. And that could also tie into like the way you express your intuition. No longer doubting your intuition. No longer like feeling something super strongly and being like, convincing yourself out of it. Okay, I could keep going on this, but let's get into the shape you're shifting into in May. The shape Libra is shifting into in the month of May. Two cards for two cards. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Death and the Visionary of Branches, or the Queen of Wands. What did I say about this fire? And wands are about fire energy. What I'm seeing in this is you embodying your inner fire. Death is a process of transformation. It's a process of shedding and composting and dissolving something that is no longer serving you in order to, Phoenix energy here with the oracle, rise from the ashes of death into rebirth. This is your rebirth into your fire, which may include finding ways to express what you are feeling, even if what you are feeling is fiery, impassioned, even angry, frustrated, even rage. finding the ways to express that so that you're not harming others in your expression of it, but you are able to express it clearly and directly and right to the source of it, so that it's not withheld, so that it's not just like held inside of you and pretending it's not happening. It's like this Queen of Wands, this visionary of branches, is ready to expand, right? Ready to branch out, expand their sense of themselves, to grow in size, to take up space. That's what I'm seeing with this Queen of Wands, this visionary of branches, ready to take up the full space that their entire human self could take up in this world, rather than keeping things inside and shrinking yourself small and trying to just like people please and placate. Okay, I have a strong Libra placements, so I'm talking to you. You know what I'm talking about. We know what we're talking about. Oh, I'll just smooth everything over. I'll just keep the peace. I'll just keep everything fine, keep everything nice. And listen, Libran humans are brilliant at that. It's one of the skills of a Libran human is to be able to read a situation and do the necessary dance so that people's needs are met. But often when you do that, you are completely negating your own needs and your own feelings and your own process in favor of others' comfort, or in favor of your own comfort, really. Because it's like, for a Libra, if others are comfortable, then you are comfortable. And it's like, what about your discomfort? How do you get to express that then, if you're just trying to keep everybody comfortable all the time? These are uncomfortable energies. 10 of Swords, death. Both cards talk about a potentially painful ending. That's a bloody 10 of Swords. And death is hard. It's a hard energy. You know, tarot readers, many of us say, yeah, oh, it's a death, it's the life, death, rebirth cycle. And it is, because death is a very natural part of our existence. It's a very natural part of life. That doesn't mean it's not painful. So the fact that you've got the 10 of Swords and the death energy is indicating to me that this isn't necessarily the easiest month. But boy, is this kind of transformation worth it for you, Libra, because this is the ending that needs to take place. Ending this people-pleasing tendency, this emotionally withholding tendency, because it's time for you to truly be reborn as a much fuller, richer, more human expression of yourself. More truthful expression of yourself. More honest, more transparent. I mean, this is essentially, it's sort of like this. It's like this ending, death process, transformative way of thinking and communicating so that you can turn into this. Both, by the way, incredibly psychic, incredibly intuitive energies in the tarot. Oh, Libra, trust yourself. Trust yourself. It's when you second guess and try to people please that you confuse your own self and you confuse your own emotions. It's like your initial instinct was probably right. But I'm seeing this like mental dance. It's interesting because I see it in the death card too, because the flower growing up out of the skull, I'm seeing as this like mental loop-de-loop dance around an issue, and you end up just totally convoluting it. We're putting an end to that this month, Libra. Putting an end to that in favor of growing into your full expression. Naked, honest, transparent, truthful. It is about expansion. You know what's interesting about this? There's more cards to get yet, but what's interesting about this is You got the Death card. For those of you who follow my work, you know back in March I posted a reading on the global pandemic, a collective reading, and I pulled one card for each sign of the zodiac as your guide through the pandemic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out. And your guide from the Mary L. Tarot here through this pandemic, Libra, is death, ending, transformation, allowing an older version of yourself to pass, to be past, in favor of your own transformation, of your own phoenix rise from the ashes. It's not an accident that the phoenix doesn't rise from the earth. The phoenix doesn't rise from the water. The phoenix rises from the fire. This is absolutely about your fire. What do I mean by that? Your passion, your creativity, your expression, your emotional intensity, just to name a few. Okay, I'm feeling like there's one more card here maybe, because I want to ask, I think we have a pretty good idea of this shift for you, Libra, but let's just ask, what does this shift look and feel like for Libra this month? Anything else for Libra in May? Yeah. Okay. There's the softness. Here's the softness, because a lot of this, I'm talking about your fire, I'm talking about intensity, I'm talking about rage, I'm talking about emotional expression, I'm talking about putting an end to withholding communication, all these really intense energies, death, ugh. And then here comes the Knight of Cups, right? Here comes the Traveler of Vessels in this deck. The Knight of Cups, look how soft. Here we go. Lifting it up into lightness. This is very heavy energy. This is heavy. Even the Queen of Wands. This is heavy stuff, Libra. Right in the center here, we have liftoff. We have uplifting. We have lightness. We have a soft way of expressing the self. Because at the center of all of this, at the heart of all of this intensity, Libra, is your mushy, sweet, soft heart. You know what I'm talking about. Libras are some of the most generous, kind, empathetic, understanding, secretly emotional, sometimes not so secretly, people. And it's here's the lightness you need. Here's the vehicle, because we're talking about a traveler, a knight in the tarot. It talks about movement. Here's the horse. Notice this white horse up in the clouds, so much lightness, so much fluffy softness. This is the vehicle you need for this transformation. The Knight of Cups talks about expression from the heart, confessing your feelings, confessing your vulnerability. This is coming to your friend or your spouse or your family member and saying, listen, my feelings got hurt back there. Hey, I'm having emotions right now and I want to talk to you about them. Hey, here's my heart. Here it is. Here's my heart in a little fish bowl. Interesting that the fish bowl is see-through. Transparency, nakedness. Here's my heart. Here's the little fish that swims around in my heart. And I want you to see it, because I want you to see what's going on for me emotionally. Emotional movements, baby. This is all about sharing your emotions, sharing your feelings. Moving from the heart. And that's the thing, Libra. It's like you may feel afraid to communicate for a myriad reasons. You're afraid of failure, or you're afraid you won't hit it, or maybe what I saw with the ball hitting the bat was like afraid of the moment of contact or conflict, or right? Afraid of that moment. But it's like, if you share your feelings nakedly, truthfully, honestly, even if they are flaming feelings, if you share them from the heart, allowing your emotions to flow freely through that, I think you'll experience a sense of lightness that it looks like it's very much needed this month. A sense of relief, a sense of, okay, I can do this. This is moving me forward. This energy of getting in touch with my feelings and emotions and being honest and open about them. Okay, this is moving me forward. That's how I feel about that. Okay, we're gonna get you one more card here from the Octa Spauman podcast deck. Listen, Libra, for those of you who are new to my channel, this is only the first half of your reading. I will continue now into an extended reading where we will use other clarifying decks to really unpack this, get you some oracle guidance, figure out what exactly is going on here. So if this is resonating with you and you would like to continue to view the extended reading, stick around. At the end of this half of the reading, there'll be a little preview of what that extended gets into. If you're into it and you want to view it, click the link in the description below and that will take you to Patreon. Patreon is a community I've created for folks who resonate with my work and are ready to dive deeper. If that sounds like you want to dive deeper into this extended, meet me over there. Please read the full description so you know how Patreon works, and I will send you this extended for May. All right, Libra, let's get you a final word here for the month of May. Aha, interesting. Don't build your house on sandy land. You're trying to have a firm foundation. That's what this building a house. You're trying to build something solid that you can feel secure within. You can't build a sense of security on something shifty, like sand, on something that can just easily sort of, oh, we'll just let that blow away. We'll just let that blow away. I think that is the reason I'm feeling such a heavy month for you, because there's something deeply at the root of you, at the base of you, that needs major transformation and major revision. Because it's like you can't build a strong sense of security on a basis of shame around your feelings, or feeling shame for having emotions and therefore feeling unable to express them, for example. So it's like, this is a deep foundational shift for you so that you can build a strong sense of security, a strong structure for security within yourself, and I imagine within your relationships, that is based on honesty and realness. Because I'm getting like sand is easily blown by the wind and shifty. If you build, but it's interesting too, because they look like bricks. They appear to be solid, but in fact they are easily blown away or washed away by the tides. You want to build this out of actual brick or stone. You just do. And if you want to do that, then you got to get real. You know, you got to get earth about it. You got to get concrete about it. Which means your emotions need to be concretely expressed. Interesting. Libra. Okay. It's interesting too, because I'm seeing this as you kind of boxing yourself in. See that? It's like you're boxing yourself in, burying yourself in the sand, burying your emotions. Interesting. Okay, Libra, I want to get into this now in the extended reading. Maybe I'll see you over there on Patreon for the extended, but regardless, it was so lovely to see you here, Libra. Thanks for watching. If this work is resonating with you and you're enjoying my readings, please do click the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel. It just helps us grow here. And I deeply appreciate you tuning in and doing this work with me. Take care, Libra. I'll talk to you soon. Fives are contentious energies. They are messy. They're convoluted. They are conflict. This is conflict. This is arguments. So honestly, like being able to express your emotions with as much lightness as you can muster without glossing over your truth in the face of conflict. That's what we're going for. It's like, look at this. The horse is carrying you straight into conflict to teach you to stop avoiding it. Potentially, you know, because like 10 of Swords, Death, these are really intense. Even Priestess, like these are intense energies to be moving through. And it's like maybe you are being asked to move through that kind of intensity so that you run right into the very thing you're afraid of and therefore face it head on.